Here's the spicy one. Dastil dropped as a superset. There seems to be a lot of good, hopefully, going on for WoW with Dragonflight. I'd agree with that. And now for another thing we agree on. But can we really trust the story to be good? The lore to be treated good? Stick around for the bit on the whole Ysera thing later on, because that's a great example of it is technically possible this could work really well, and that this character would probably do that in this situation. But is it satisfying? And that is the troublesome thing. I guess I'll say my personal take on this is it's simple enough, really. There's lore in multiple resolutions. I think that the zone stories, the zone A plots, and this is something that I experienced going through the Honor and Plains on stream. It was real quick. Like that A plot, if you just follow the campaign quests, real quick. But then once you start to do the side quests, those actually, in some cases, have one or two little mechanics. They have the nice, the nice little personal stories that actually make you like the world and the people in it. That's that's what's there. And that was really nice. So what I can say is those smaller stories, I mean, obviously some will be better than others, but those have generally felt really good. They felt like they're fleshing out these zones, and these zones are cool places to be in with characters that are, I don't want to say likable, like every character has to be, like good characters, whatever. But it is the big narrative. Where are they pushing everything? Because that's essentially the thing. I have faith that when given a zone to put lots of nice little stories in, that they can do that. They showed that they could do that with the side quests of Zareth Mortis, which were like way more emotionally satisfying than the A plot, to be honest.
Way better.
Way better, yeah.
I actively got mad whenever I had to do a campaign quest again. I was just sitting there enjoying all like the little people, the enlightened, and like how they were talking to each other about like leaving their clans behind and finding this like new purpose here in this spot. And then I just kind of was finished all those and did a campaign and saw Bolvar. I went, fuck, it's Bolvar again, shit.
Yeah, it means that suddenly everything will feel stiff and weird.
Yeah.
Compared to those little side quests. I'd say generally I enjoyed the A plot of Honor and Plains, and I only did a little bit of the content, but like there's that quest with the big dog that everyone likes, and it's likable. And there's another one where there's a character, and she's got this like little secret Kodo she's taking care of, and it's like a nice little story.
That sounds good, yes.
So it's like all that could be great. I'm still worried about the big lore. I am more satisfied with WoW as a playable game than I have been in a long time. But I'm worried about the lore, because even though patch 9.2.5 I thought was great from a narrative perspective, given where we were going into it, the Jailer still is the Jailer. How they handled N'Zoth still is how they handled N'Zoth. Yeah. And at least with Ysera, they have a needle to thread. So, we'll get to that. Sebastian, don't you guys enjoy quality writing provided by the... oh dear, yeah, breaking up that Steve enjoyed the 8th season of Game of Thrones. Yeah. The 8th season of Game of Thrones is just going in a weird direction that you didn't establish. That's like one thing. It's not putting the work in. It's going straight from big plot point to big plot point, not chewing the fat and stuff, right? It is having unearned moments. A lot of the very just honestly the fallacies of a lot of modern storytelling, and to be honest, like everyone knows that. I mean, here's like, hopefully Steve doesn't believe that anymore, because I mean, yeah, if you're working in storytelling and you think the 8th season of Game of Thrones is good storytelling, then I've got fucking news for you, unfortunately. I mean, you even look at the drama that happened with those two guys. Oh, yeah, like, they basically wrap Game of Thrones as quick as they fucking can because they have some sort of big Star Wars project to do, to do with Disney. Yeah. So to the point where HBO are just saying, like, we'll give you more seasons. We'll give you more episodes. Please, more episodes. And they're like, no, we're finishing it in 7. Bye. And of course they fuck that up to the degree where, then of course they lose their shit with Disney, which is fucking hilarious. So that's some real, that's some funny shit. But yeah, I mean, should that not be a cautionary tale of like the obvious things to not, pitfalls to not do? Whereas, WoW has kind of ran into a whole bunch of those pitfalls by just, zipping from point to point to point, not letting anything lie. And in the way that Game of Thrones started with a big world, and then by the end, the world of Game of Thrones within the TV version
felt 8 characters, like?
Yeah, it was fucking 2 characters, and it felt 10 feet across. People are fucking zip, 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 teleporting across the world whenever the plot needs them, and the whole thing's just a total piece of shit. It's insane. And then with WoW, it's like, yeah, the more that they have their A plot feel like an AI generated summary of the Wikipedia plot summary of what the A plot should have been, the worse that it is.
Whoever's writing the A plot, fuck them out to hell and get the people who write the side content to do the big content.
Actually, on that, Arcanist Tazika has a super said they can deliver moving and engaging story in side content, but have issues with large arcs. Why do you think that is? I think it's fundamentally because they don't give themselves the storytelling tools or the storytelling time that a game like FF14 gives itself, because FF14 does that at the sacrifice of the MSQ being the MSQ, and I think Blizzard know that a lot of their players are going to struggle with a lot of dialogue in that way, because they play WoW and brains off, everything's a fucking cross dissolve. So there's like a little bit of that. I also think that, you think about where does stuff the best? Well, it's best when you kind of have like decentralized command. So it's like, here's a cool zone. Here's generally what's going on. Right. Side quests, go make them. And those side quests, like, they get to be someone's baby. There's far less of a too many cooks situation, I would say. And that's why those things I think have ended up being so successful, because they do really feel like somebody actually... did craft them. Rainer, Phoenix Heart, I wonder if side quests are better written because they're done by writers, not pre-plotted years in advance by programmers. No, I mean, so-ish. So here's the thing. It is the narrative designers, director, whatever, that, does plot out the big narrative, not programmers. And actually, writers tend to not do the in-game stories. I think those are usually quest designers. But ultimately, the reason why those work, I think, is just because like a small number of people can have ownership over one quest, and they can really just put all their love and their passion into that one thing. So, you just get a clear vision, and it's like whenever that clear vision of a story or of a character, whenever that resonates with you, that's when you just have a really strong moment that works. And I think that's why the side quests, generally, I think do pretty well. Arcanist Tazika does have a super saying, strong emotional reactions seem to be something Blizzard is good at evoking. Granted, they're usually strong at the producer rather than the story, but see, that's the thing. And that is the troublesome problem they have. Because, Star 1 is, really, it's enjoyable from a plot perspective. Warcraft 3, I think, really works from a plot perspective. But generally speaking, Blizzard have never been, the most awesome storytellers ever, right? Now, a lot of people seem to think that they are or something, but no, they've always been very simple and very cheesy. And, we might try to be all high and mighty about things, but no. They created an RPG setting that was just quite fundamentally enjoyable, right? They were never... at no point have they really ever been doing what Ishikawa was doing.
No, nor have they been trying to.
And nor have they been trying to. So why have we enjoyed it regardless? Well, it's because actually it was just they made a world that was really fun with loads of appeal. And that's what they were trying to do. But then what happens is we all have experiences in... It used to be good cheese. Yeah, that's definitely true. The cheese ain't good anymore. But we all had experiences and grew emotionally attached to that world. And now they're in a situation where... we care about that world so much because some of us have been knocking around there for, 20 years here in some cases.
Read a dozen books about it.
Right? So it's very hard to live up to that. Now, that said, again, that's no excuse for the quality that we've had. Or, the foolish mortals! Pitiful mortals!
Pitiful mortals,
Stupid mortals! Lazy mortals! Late mortals!
Bad
My plan
mortals,
has bad mortals! Bad mortals!
Oh, I just googled pitiful mortals and got a Reddit post titled Pitiful Immortal, a post-mortem of Zovalda failure. I bet this is terrible. Maybe it's good.
Very good.